Hi, Scott McKinnon here. We're going to go live with Cage Warriors Southeast Academy fighter Lexi Rook. Lexi makes a debut on Saturday. She just got back from Thailand. She's been out there training. So we're going to talk all things MMA with her and see how she's going for how things are going for her debut. Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
Thanks for joining me.
That's all right. Is it working?
Yeah.
Yay. Cool.
So, how's things?
Yeah, good. I'm a bit jet lagged.
Yeah, I was going to say you just come back from Thailand. How was that out there?
Yeah. Oh, it was amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, a lot of fighters go out there, obviously, for like the high altitude and stuff like that, and the heat and stuff, and the top quality training.
Yeah, the training is definitely top quality. It was cool actually because I thought Thailand's always like Muay Thai and it's always the stand-up side of it advertised, but they've actually got a pretty good program now out there for like MMA, wrestling, jiu-jitsu. Like the jiu-jitsu team they built up over there while I was there was good, really good. So
Yeah, and you get a lot of
yeah.
top quality guys going over there as well. My friend was out there not long ago, and he said he walked into a shop and bumped into Cody Garbrandt. But, yeah,
Really?
before he
Oh damn, I went at the wrong time.
just before he fought TJ Dillashaw, he sort of was like, "Oh, like you're Cody Garbrandt," but it was just walking down a shop. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's madness over there.
so how are you looking forward to Saturday? Obviously, you're making your debut.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's my second
Oh,
MMA
is
fight.
it?
Yeah, it is. I've had one amateur. But yeah, I'm excited. Obviously, I've been training really hard for it. I've had like a pretty much 7 week fight camp. The last 6 weeks, obviously, being in Thailand. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the fun part now, just putting it all to work and putting my skill set to the test, basically.
Yes, how are you looking forward to fighting on the card that there is on Cage Warriors Southeast? It's a stacked card.
Yeah, it is. I think there's like 30, is there
Yeah,
35
and 7 title
fights?
fights as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be very, very exciting
And
night.
yeah, they always bring good crowds as well. I think there's only about 5 or 6 tickets left as well, so it's almost a sellout as well.
Yeah, definitely. No, it's going to be wicked. Very excited.
So how is it for you, obviously, fighting on such a show like Cage Warriors Academy? It's obviously the academy to the full one, so it's a big platform for you.
Yeah, it's a bit nerve-wracking. But yeah, no, it's exactly what I want to do. I want to progress onto fighting professionally eventually. So it's a good stepping stone for me.
So yeah, like you said, you wanted to progress obviously to pro. Have you obviously you're still early on in your career? Have you set any goals or anything like that for where you want to take it?
Yeah, I have set a lot of goals. I don't really broadcast what they are. But yeah, I'm very ambitious and driven, so yeah, there's a lot of places I want to take it. I want to go with it. But at the moment, I'm just focusing on each fight as it comes, really. So Saturday being the next one.
So what made you get into MMA?
So it's really difficult. Everyone always asks me that. There's a few reasons. I mean, the main reason I started because my best friend at the time was like, "Oh, I'm going to these boxing classes. It's really good for fitness. You should come." And at the time, I was like 21, I think 21, maybe 22, like going out all the time, partying, loving life, really unfit and unhealthy. So I was like, "Yeah, okay, I'll go see what it's like." Literally 5 minutes into the warm up, I was dying. Like, I couldn't even. And I was like, wow, I must be like the unfittest 21-year-old in the world. So yeah, I just carried on. I carried on going to them, and then I got involved in a little kickboxing, like a local little kickboxing club, which is where it all started really. And then one of my friends suggested that I went to his gym because they did like MMA and jiu-jitsu, and Muay Thai. So I ended up transitioning over to there. And then it just went from there, really. I just started trying all the sessions. I just loved it. And I started seeing results quite quickly with how like my fitness was getting better. I felt more healthy. I was more happier. I just fell in love with the sport really straight away. So um, then I went to watch a few of my teammates fight, some K1 and MMA. I saw the show and I was like, oh my God, like I want to do this. So that's pretty much how it went about
So the
really.
buzz just caught you, and obviously you were training and stuff like that. It was
Yeah,
something fresh and
I was
different.
lucky as well. I went straight into like the team at the gym I'm at. Like I went straight in, and the team was really really solid and really good team at the time, and still is. So I was lucky. I had a very positive like first impression of it. Um, so yeah, that's it really. I just kind of went from there.
So it's been hard for you trying to keep all your emotions, obviously, and with your jet lag and stuff like that, and your excitement and everything leading up to Saturday. I mean, we're only 3 days out.
Yeah, it's it's been mad. Like it's really weird being back because the just the way of life out in Thailand is so different to here. Sorry, been drinking too much coffee. Um, yeah, so obviously I was a bit emotional to come back. So I made some amazing friends out there and amazing memories, and obviously you just get into like a routine. I was there for 6 weeks, so I was so used to like the schedule there of training, and then so when I came back, I was like, yeah, it was a bit of mixed emotions. Obviously, I was excited to see everyone, my family and my friends, and get back to the gym and everything, but it was a bit of a shock coming back to little old Eastbourne.
And I suppose, obviously, like you said, from being out there, being with different people and training different to coming back here, it's kind of when you come back, you have to switch to know that it's game time sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy because I was going to come back earlier actually, but I extended my trip a little bit more when I was there, because I just thought it'll be better to come back like this week because then I can just come back, rest, recover, like do just keep the weight down, do some light stuff, and then go on Saturday. So yeah,
So I know it's not right to ask a woman their weight, but is everything on track for the weight cut and stuff like that?
yeah, it is actually for once. This is the most successful weight cut I've ever had. I think the heat in Thailand had a big part to play in that. But yeah, I'm on weight already, so which is really nice. So I don't have to worry at all about that. Normally, I'm sort of a bit like a bit heavier beforehand. I've had some like rubbish weight cuts in the past, so yeah, it's all good.
So on that subject, what are you looking forward to eating most after Saturday night?
Uh, I'm such a foodie. Like that's the only thing I'm thinking about. Everyone's like, "Oh, do you want to go out after and celebrate?" And I'm like, "I want to go to the best cafe in the morning for the breakfast. That's what I want." Reese's peanut butter cups. That's the first thing I'll
I think they've
have.
picked it in the perfect place because I was at the last one in March in
Yeah,
Colchester, and where it is across the road, they've got like a Nando's, a Pizza Hut, and a McDonald's. Like literally, it's across the road, and you've seen all these
yeah.
guys that were fighting earlier and stuff. And then they're just coming back with big Domino's boxes and stuff like that.
I'm not a massive fan of Domino's or McDonald's, things like that. But Nando's, I always get a Nando's after a weigh-in, always.
Yeah, how do you feel about the same day weigh-ins?
Um, it's it's all right. It's a bit annoying. Like I'd rather weigh in the day before, for obvious reasons. Um, but luckily, like this time, my weight's fine, so the day of weigh-in will be fine anyway. Yeah, it doesn't really bother me to be honest. Things like that. It's just part of it, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot
Really.
of people say that they prefer it same day weigh-ins, obviously. So then, like, obviously the day before you get to rehydrate and stuff like that, and people could put on some ridiculous weight back on. So,
Yeah,
but same day weigh-ins makes it more of a fair fight sort of thing. That
yeah, it
you
definitely
can
makes
only
it more
sort
fair.
of
I think.
rehydrate a certain amount as much as your opponent.
Yeah, exactly. And I think to be honest, at amateur level, like you don't really need to be cutting and dehydrating that drastically. I think sometimes it's difficult. Like you get everyone focuses so much on the weight cut and they forget the actual important part of the fight. So I think to be honest, it doesn't really bother me day before or day of. I mean, I'm lucky because I haven't had to cut too much. Um, anyway, so And like I said, I'm on weight now anyway, so it doesn't really bother me.
So, any plans for your next one after this one, or are you just taking it fight by fight?
Just fight by fight, really. Obviously, my coach is in charge of sort of my next one. Like he picks my opponents and picks the fights. But obviously, I do want to fight again before the year's out. I'd like to fight maybe November, or sort of end of November, beginning of December.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you've seen the academy this time. I've got the Grand Prix. Would that be something that interests you for if they did it for the women as well?
Yeah, definitely. I think they should do it for the women, especially like because there's quite a lot of bantamweight girls. I think there's like 2 or 3 maybe, but yeah, I think that's what I like about Cage Warriors. They've got a lot of female fighters on the card, which is nice to see. But yeah, I think that'd be cool if they did like a tournament sort of similar to that Grand Prix one. I think that'd be good for the women.
Yeah,
I don't know why they're not doing it already. Why are they not doing it already?
I don't know. I'll try to find out. But yeah, they're pulling in a lot of European fighters as well, which is always good as well. To obviously for them to broaden their horizon and test their things and get more of a fan base. And now they've obviously released that they've got an event in Copenhagen next year.
Oh really?
Yeah, Cage Warriors, the full Cage Warriors one. So I'm hoping that they do something like with the amateurs, what they do for like the Liverpool cards and the Cardiff cards, and have.
Yeah, that'd be decent. That'd be really good.
Yeah. So, is there any female fighters or any fighters in particular that sort of inspired you to take up MMA, or that you look up to?
To be honest, there's quite a few. I think I love Paige Van Zandt. I've always loved her. And Felice Herrig, I love Michelle Waterson. To be honest, all of the female, pretty much all the female UFC fighters. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really idolize anyone, or like they all inspire me. To be honest, a lot of people like around me locally inspire me more. Like seeing my teammates fight or seeing my teammates compete. And like other girls like in the UK, like from other gyms that are like ones that are like in a similar boat to me, like working and then training and trying to get somewhere with it, etc. I think that's kind of more my inspiration because they're in a similar boat to me. So
is there any sort of fight style that they try and pick from different people's games, like Paige Van Zandt and stuff like that? Do you think it's that you could work for you?
It's hard to know at the moment because obviously I've only just sort of started out. I started jiu-jitsu like a year ago, and MMA a year ago, and I was predominantly like striking, more of a striker to start with, but then I started falling in love with jiu-jitsu and wrestling I love. So I think, I don't know, it's hard to tell at the moment because I'm still sort of sussing out my style and what works for me and what doesn't, but yeah, I guess we'll see. We'll see on Saturday, I guess.
So have you looked much into your opponent, obviously fighting Hannah Ingram? Or have your team, do you try not to look in too much or just focus on your own game plan?
Yeah, I mean, like everyone has a look, don't they? Like it would eat me up if I couldn't see what she was like. But I definitely don't focus on my opponent. I have done in the past and it's not really done me any good. So I think I always focus on myself and my game plan and what I'm going to do. I don't worry about what they're going to do or what they're doing or anything like that. I always watch like maybe 1 or 2 of their fights, like once just to have a little look, but I definitely don't focus on it because there's fights out there like, or into clubs or whatever that I've done like that people could watch, and I hope that I don't fight like that anymore. So like I think it's very if it's very different, like I could, if you focus on that one fight you've seen on YouTube, like, oh, they do this or they do that, and then they might completely change their game plan anyway. So
yeah,
I think it's more important to focus on yourself really and focus on what you're going to do.
Yeah, and especially like you said, amateur, if you look at what they do and they think, oh, they've done this, they've done that, but then they don't like how that game plan's gone, they could completely change it if they've had like say a 2-1 record and their last fight was a loss. They could completely change it to have a different game plan and completely throw you off. So it's kind of good to focus on yourself and know what you're going to go in there and do.
Yeah, definitely. That's always my where my head's at anyway. Like my coach is really good with that. You know, he's always saying, don't worry about it. I think my first ever K1 fight, I didn't even know who my opponent was, and the first time I saw her was when I got in the ring, and I remember like I felt a lot more chilled out in that situation. I think when you know who they are, especially if they've got a big sort of like hype going on social media with how like Instagram is and everything nowadays, I think it can be like mentally challenging for a lot of fighters if they're too into like who their opponent is.
Yeah, and obviously, like you said, it could be obviously it could be really, really intimidating if like you're just starting out and they've had a bit more experience and they've got more of a fan
Yeah.
base sort of thing. To
Yeah.
it adds a little bit of extra pressure that you don't really need.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I just focus on me and my team and my coaching and that, and yeah.
So, is there any other fights that you're looking forward to watching on Saturday night?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching Charlotte McIntyre. The title, that would be cool, and obviously the semi-finals of the Grand Prix. There's a lot of fights.
Yeah.
I do like, but I like to stay and watch, like even if I'm on like early or whatever, I do like to stay to the end and watch them all. Even if they're not title fights, just any of the bouts. I just think you can learn a lot from watching.
Yeah, and it's hard to keep track of them currently at the minute. There's been a lot of late replacements in the past week and a half.
Yeah, I know. A lot of late step-ins. It's like I think someone got changed like yesterday
Yeah,
as well.
Jack Eglin's opponent got changed yesterday.
Jack was yeah. That would do my head in, I think, if my opponent kept getting changed.
It's the
I'd
second
be like,
time
oh
it's
my
been
God.
changed for him as well. Oh,
Mm.
sorry, third, because he was meant to fight Robert Masters, and then someone else 2 weeks ago, and then it got changed yesterday to someone else.
Yeah.
It's good that they're still finding opponents for him though. So, and that Cage Warriors are doing it. That they have got people there ready and waiting to step in on late notice.
Yeah. No, I've haven't dealt with Cage Warriors before, but just from recent sort of like to and fro about the tickets and the organisation and that, they're really on it and they're really good, really professional people to work with, which is nice.
So it must give you like a little boost of encouragement and stuff like that, knowing how many female fighters are on this card as well.
Yeah, it's cool actually. It's nice. It's actually really, I prefer it when there's more females on the card. Just because I like seeing other girls do well. There's so much bitchiness and hatred when it comes to it, and it's ridiculous. So like, I think it's cool. I think it's cool that there's loads more female fighters on the show, and yeah, I think it'll be good. Be a good night.
Yeah, the last time in Colchester there was only 2, I think, and this time I think there's 5 or 6 fights, female fights. So
yeah,
it's always good that they're bringing more female fighters through and they're putting on more of a show as well.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone loves a girl fight.
Well, I know you've got a busy day ahead of you and you're almost out. It's a pleasure talking to you. If you've got any sponsors or anything that you want to shout out, then fire away.
Yeah, my sponsors, Thor Juice. They're on my top. These guys, they're amazing people. They've really helped me, supported me the last year. They'll be there on Saturday, ringside at a table, making a lot of noise. Obviously my team, First Generation Eastbourne, Focus Perform, a supplement company. They're all local guys, really cool team. So yeah, I'm looking forward to making them all proud on Saturday.
Good stuff. I should give 3 quick shout out, 4 sorry now. Tasteless Teas, go and check them out. Got some sick new designs coming. CBD Life UK and use discount code Monstars15. Ultimate Fighting Outlet and use discount code Monstars MMA. And Beard and Bones UK, find them on Instagram and use discount code Monstars10. Again, look forward to watching you fight on Saturday, and all the best for the next couple of days.
Thank you.
Cheers.
It was cool to chat to you. Cheers. Bye.